You're inside K-Day's community show. Your issues, your topics, your community. Now, here are your hosts, Classic One, and Trey.
Yeah, and me, Trey. 93.5 K-Day community show. I'm solo again. My man Classic is on vacation, but you can check him out every weekday on the 9 o'clock drop where he's playing new music. And give him a tweet at Class1C. But we got some guests in the house that we have we've been having on a regular basis due to the fact that the housing situation and they're friends of the family, and doing work with them, we find out there actually are good people out there trying to get people homes. Mr. Andrew is in the building. How you doing, Mr. Andrew?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for having me again.
And today we have the beautiful Anna on the phone as well, which is his main backbone. See, he didn't tell me all this. I thought he was doing all the work. How you doing, Anna?
I'm doing great, thanks.
So we have some specialists in the building today, because the whole purpose of the K-Day community show we've been trying to implement is a lot of people are renting homes, renting apartments, and paying just as much money if they take the time and go back and fix their credit or the proper credit repairs. And today's topic of the show is we're going to try to plan to get a home. Is that correct, Andrew?
That's correct. I mean, the plan that we've had, I mean, we've been on your show about 4 or 5 times right now. This is about our 6th time on your show. And our goal is always to educate your listeners on how they can plan to own their own home. We've talked about how renting is more expensive than buying, because there's always a value in owning your home. And we've, for the last 2 or 3 shows, been talking about how it's very, very important to plan to own your home, especially with credit issues that's been going on around the country.
And I want to, for the listeners that's just tuning in, hopefully some of you guys have caught them on our past show. Well, we caught Andrew. Today's our first time having Anna. Andrew and Anna are the owners of PMC, which is Platinum Mortgage Company. They're both experienced in mortgage. I mean, they do everything. I mean, I'm just gonna tell you from my professional and my personal experience. They help me with my lending. They help me with my credit repairs. It's so much that they do that it's kind of hard to just get out there and explain. For the people, Andrew, give yourself a proper introduction, and you can let Anna as well, as far as what exactly did you guys do as far as the terminology. So,
well, Anna and I, we both own Platinum Mortgage Company, and we have been working really hard in the mortgage business for over 10 years.
Okay.
And we are very experienced in mortgage underwriting. So all the guidelines and the rules and the metrics that all of them lenders and banks use to qualify or approve or deny a loan, we know all of those rules. So our goal has been to learn more about those rules and let your listeners understand how to plan before they go to apply for a loan.
And what is your, I know you're one of the owners of Platinum Mortgage Company, and I just want to brief everybody. So me personally, when I go to Andrew, Andrew's like, yeah, and then I get the email from Anna, and Anna's the one that puts me in check. So I just want everybody to know, it's like good cop, it's good cop, bad cop, but they're all going in a positive direction. Anna, go ahead and tell them what you do and your specialty.
Sure. Basically, we've partnered up only because we mesh really well. He's a great marketer. He's a great front man. He's, really established himself in not just the California community, but nationwide. We were doing 26 other states a couple years ago before the market had turned. And we thought, gosh, we love what we do. That's really where there's a passion behind it. We're not just out here doing loans or doing real estate. We really want to help people, and I guess this is our calling. I think that we've found what we enjoy to do. I don't think I'd want to do anything different. But basically, he will, find the people that need us. This is really what it comes down to. And then I am the one behind the scenes that kind of makes the loan happen. It's like a puzzle. We want to figure out what pieces we are missing and how we can make it work. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time.
It does.
Yeah, but being a homeowner is one of the greatest rewards. I think a lot of it is fear. You know, people don't know where to start. People don't have the right resources or don't know where to turn to, and that's what we do. We partner you up with the lender. We partner you up with the down payment assistance. We partner you up with our credit agency to help you do the credit repair. And then, of course, you know, if we can't help you today, we, you know, will give you the tools that you will need in order to be able to buy maybe next year.
And they, when they say they give you the tools, and I think this is what makes a lot of people fearful, because like you say, you're going to buy a home, you think you're going to buy a home in the next 2 or 3 months. And it's possible for some people in the next 2 or 3 months, but some people it's 6 to 9, and some people it might be 12 to 15. But the process, you just have to go through it, and it's all worth it, you know, in the end.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right, Trey. I mean, credit, I keep going back to credit because I mentioned in your last show that I've made mistakes in the past, had credit, you know, had the bankruptcy, had a bunch of credit cards, didn't know what I was doing. But after, you know, we did a lot of reading and came through the path of correction, it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, the fact is there's no quick fix for credit worthiness. You know, the Federal Trade Commission tells you that on their website. You know, you can improve your credit report legitimately, but it takes time, it takes effort. You have to stick to your personal debt repayment plan. You have to stick to a plan. There's no way you can do this by just calling 1 or 2 or 3 creditors and yelling at them. And Trey is a good example at what I'm saying. When you came to us, you know, you had credit issues. Just yesterday, you got a pre-approval letter to go apply, to go put an offer on your own home.
Yes, sir.
And it's taking us about, what, almost 3 months?
3 months.
But
it seems like more, but it's really not.
But now you've put in an offer for a house. So essentially what Anna and I are trying to do is to try and bring everybody down and back to the basics. You have to start from point A and then to point B, and you have to be patient.
Yeah, it's a step process, and and in our communities, especially the urban communities, it's hard for a lot of people to understand, because like we discussed on the very first show, people get all this tax money and they go out and they don't even remember what they did with it. They could have easily paid off all their credit, easily put a down payment, and started a process to doing something they're going to eventually need to do anyway. Because you don't want to rent for the rest of your life.
No, we don't.
It's, like Andrew discussed, you don't look at it now, but it's a waste of money paying through interest. And if you don't know the difference between principal and interest, just Google it instead of looking up YouTube videos. Find out the difference where your money's going, what's called the principal and the interest. And that's what we're here for. We got Anna on the phone, we got my man Andrew on the phone, and we're not here trying to convince anybody to call them up. And we got some deals for you guys coming on later in the show, just so you guys can learn that we're trying to push you guys in the right direction. But today's whole plan is to plan on owning a home. And I think we've touched on credit.
We've touched on credit on a series of shows. Another thing that we do, which we help people with, we do real estate as well. 99% of what Anna and I concentrate on is loans. But here and there, if we have somebody who's interested in buying a house and they don't have an agent, we can help you, with that transaction, or we can pair you with the right person who's going to help you to make sure that all of your efforts and our efforts on the loan side come to play. And I'm going to let Anna just kind of share with you on different challenges we faced in helping people with bad credit actually become homeowners. We have more than 20 different examples we can share with you, but she can probably tell you 1 or 2 on the show today.
It's on you, Anna.
A few things that I'll go back to this. We don't learn how to read a credit report in high school or college. So it seems like it's an easy thing to figure out just by looking at it, but there's a lot of stuff, a lot of parameters that we have no idea how they calculate the points and all this and that. But right now, a prime borrower would have a 720 credit score. I mean, those people can usually qualify for 0%, no money down, deferred interest for 3 years, same as cash. So that's your goal, is to be over 720. For FHA allows 500 plus credit scores.
That's 500 credit score, guys. 500. If your credit score is as low as 500,
Now,
and if you have 10% down, you can get into a mortgage loan through FHA.
Now I'm gonna make it plain and simple, because for our listeners, I was you guys before, so I didn't understand what they were talking about. 500, is that just any? Because you have 3 credit scores. Is it just any score, or is what's called the FICO, Anna?
Yeah, there's Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax.
Okay.
And what the lenders use is the middle score.
In the middle
So
score
let's say that you're married and we pull a joint credit report. They're going to take the lower of the two, so between the borrower and the co-borrower. So let's say the borrower has a 620 mid-score and the wife has a 580. They're going to go with the wife's score of 580. I always tell people, if you're not in a rush, let's clean up the credit. Let's bring up the score, because every 20 points that you improve your score could be 0.25% better in pricing, in the cost of the rate, or in the interest rate. A lot of people think, gosh, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it really comes out to, on average, $3,000 to $4,000. So why wouldn't you want to wait 3 months, clean up the credit, and then buy a home?
And I had that problem, because Anna was like, Trevon, just be patient and just wait for it to clear and take care of this. And
Trevon is very, very impatient. He wants it now. He wants it now.
But, I mean, Anna was the one who taught me what I need to do. But I mean, we're gradually getting there now, and I see what she's talking about.
Yeah, it's taken us a couple weeks. I mean, when Trevon comes and calls my phone and hustles me, and then I go around and hustle Anna, and Anna tells Trevon and I, guys, relax. Give it a couple more days. It's gonna get better. And lo and behold, yes, we have just put in an offer for Trevon, which when he came to us seemed like it was impossible. It wasn't going to happen in years. So guys out there, we just want to let you know that a credit report can be fixed, regardless of whether you've had a bankruptcy, a foreclosure, a short sale, or car repossession, collections, charge-offs, liens. Every one of these things can be fixed. If you're already in hot water, you can start creating fresh credit by using secured credit cards while you're trying to deal with all the other things on the back end. And Trevon and Anna has a lot to add to what I just said. But before we go forward, if you want to tell the viewers how to get in touch with us,
no, that's what
especially on our website.
If you're just tuning in, we've had friends of the family we've had before. It's Andrew, and today for his better half, Anna, is in the house today. And this is her first time, so we want everybody to welcome her. But it's PlatinumMortgageCompany.com. Mm-hmm. Once again, it's PlatinumMortgageCompany.com. Andrew, go ahead and give them the number.
800-385-3657.
800-385-3657. I've worked with them. There's a lot of people that I know that worked with them. I mean, these are legit people. All they're trying to do is put you in a better position for you to own a home instead of you renting. They don't ask for any money. What they're going to do is give you a game plan, and you might not like everything they say, but you can go and double check with everybody else, and the same people are going to tell you the same exact thing. Mm-hmm. What they wanted, we're going to get into the process, and like I said, we have something special for the people listening at the end of the show. But Andrew, why don't you give them your DRE number?
My DRE number is 01787-869.
And the MLO number is 204-365. These are all numbers that are important so you could do your own thorough background check. And like I said, they've helped me out a lot. They didn't ask for no money from me. The only money that I had to put up for was to get what's called a mortgage credit pull.
Mortgage credit report.
A mortgage credit report. A lot of people tell you they give you a credit report, but their mortgage credit report, they actually physically email back to you, give you a copy of, and you can see how naughty you've been in your past.
Exactly.
And then it's like when you first enroll in college and you get the thesaurus and you or the itinerary for the class. You like, what is all this? We got finals, all this. So at first it's confusing, but after you spend a little bit of time with it, you get comfortable with it. And the reason why you get more comfortable with it because it's your history, your report. So like now I know how to read a credit report. Anybody can hand me a credit report. I know how to read it.
Exactly.
So, but you have to spend the time and want to benefit yourself. Anna, do you have anything to add on to that?
Well, that's what we try to do. Is we try to. I think my emails are pretty informative. Kind of cut and paste and say, hey, this is what we need to fix. This is what we can't fix. This is going to help improve your score. A lot of people don't realize that. Every little thing counts. So if you have a 30-day late, you're probably losing about 30 points. If you're over your limit, you're probably losing about 20 points. If you're have a collection on there, that's probably 40 points. Every little thing that's on your credit report is going to make the world's difference. It's FHA is a lot more lenient. They'll look past some of that stuff. They've made some new changes where, you can't have disputes. That's probably one of the most complicated parts of the credit process is going onto each bureau's site and requesting for those disputes to be removed. If they're not removed, then you're going to have to settle it with that collection company, maybe offering 25% of what the balance is. Most of those places are mom and pop shops. So they pay pennies on the dollar for that account from the previous creditor. So they'll be willing to take maybe a couple $100 or $1,000 for an old repossession or something like that. But those things are going to need to be done. We help you figure out, kind of give you a credit analysis. People with better credit, we also offer some type of, I guess you would call it a financial analysis. We would say, hey, it makes more sense to consolidate your debt and refinance, or we could go with a HARP, Refi Plus program where you don't have to have an appraisal done. Conventional loans are a little bit easier. People with better credit, they have less requirements. We make it very clear. It's black and white exactly what the lender is going to need for the submission. Nowadays, loans take a while. A lot of the lenders are short-staffed. They don't have, as many approved underwriters to sign off on documents. People have to remember that the loans are sold on the secondary market. They're making pennies on the dollar to investors. So files have to be, picture perfect when they fund. And that way they don't have any buybacks. And that's an issue that we have on the backside. So we package up the file the best we can. FHA is taking between 30 and 45 days to close a loan. For conventional, we're looking at about 30 days. The process, it seems like I always tell people, you're going to hate me. You're going to hate my guts during the process of the loan because there's so many forms, so many disclosures that you have to sign. But you're going to love me later when you get your keys or when the loan is funded and recorded.
The process is never...
The rates are at their all-time best. I've never seen rates this low before. So if you're going to buy and you're in a good position, you better do it now. There's plenty of homes still on the market. The pricing for homes today is incredible. It's a buyer's market.
Yeah, the process of getting a home loan right now, it's not very easy. You can still get it done in 30 days or less, but you have to plan. We want to go back to the basics of what we've talking about. You have to plan. You have to get a copy of your credit report as soon as possible. You can reach us 800-385-3657, 800-385-3657, platinummortgagecompany.com. platinummortgagecompany.com. Just go on there and tell us exactly what you need help with. We don't charge anything up front to help you, to give you information. We just want to give you some direction. If you currently have a good rate, for example, you have maybe 4.5% and you want to lower your rate, call us. If you currently you want to do a refinance, you want to consolidate all your credit cards into one lump sum payment, call us. We can help you. If your house is underwater and you're thinking of maybe refinancing or selling or trying to do a short sale, call us. We can help you. Anything that has to do with real estate or real estate financing, Anna and I can help you.
They can help you, and give them a call. You can give them a call at 1-800-385-3657. If you want to do your own background information or get information on your own, we provide the DRE number is 017-87869. His MLO number is 204-365. And for more information, you can go to platinummortgagecompany.com. Now, we've talked about all this credit, and the only way you're gonna really get your credit, you can make all the phone calls you want to make, and you can owe somebody $4,000 and get it down to $800. It's possible.
It's possible.
But you have to have some kind of income, as we're gonna talk about the second step. If you have a job, you have to set a financial plan as far as, okay, this money's for the kids, this money's for the house, this money's for paying off debts.
Exactly.
Instead of going out and hanging out. If you don't have a job, we're going to talk about that as well, but I'm going to let Andrew and Anna touch bases on that. So the whole theme of the show today is to plan to own a home. So the first part we've talked about is credit. The second part we're going to talk about is income. Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, and you have to have a 2-year income history to be able to qualify for a loan. And Anna is going to tell us, a few other loopholes. If you don't have a 2-year job history or you haven't filed taxes for the last 2 years, there are other things there are other avenues, other lenders that will allow you to qualify for a loan. But generally, majority of the lenders out there, they want to see that you've been working in the same line of work. It might not be the same job, but in the same line of work. So if you've been a plumber at ABC Plumbing Company and you moved over after 6 months to another office, another company, as long as you're doing the same line of work for 2 years, then we can use that income, and if you file taxes, we can use that income to qualify you for a loan. There's a lot of different ways you can qualify and a lot of different income that are applicable to a loan. If you call us or you email us, we'll send you a link to all the different kind of income. Anna will also tell you, in some cases, for example, if you just got out of college, Anna can fill you more into that. Go ahead, Anna.
Well, basically, the lenders nowadays on FHA can make an exception on the 2-year history. So if you go to school to be a pharmacist and you land a job with Walgreens and you've been there for 6 months, then you can actually use your average base income in order to be able to qualify. So I'm sure you'd gone to school for 4 years, so it definitely counts. But they won't make exceptions. Let's say if you went to school to be a pharmacist and you end up taking a social worker position, you would then have to wait 2 years in that field to qualify. So that's how that program works.
So, there's also a lot of other programs available, but the most important thing is getting into a home, your credit, your income. Make sure you get a copy of your credit report before you go buy a car, before you go buy a house, before you go apply for anything. Make sure you know what's in there. That way, you know what kind of deal you're going to be getting. Not waiting on their mercies to tell you what you can or cannot get. And that's what we've been doing with Trey over the last couple of weeks, trying to make sure that his credit is up to par, where we can get him the lowest possible rate on his purchase. And again, yesterday we put in an offer, so we're right there.
Like I said, I've personally seen it. That's why I call out to them and ask them, and I want to thank them for sharing their time and sharing my story with the listeners, because at first I didn't think it was possible. It's very much so possible if you take the right steps. So we definitely want all our listeners to reach out. If you need a number, if you can call up the kday and ask for Trey, 323-337-1600. I'll tell you my personal story on the phone, and I'll point you in the right direction. I want to give you the number once again. We want y'all to stop renting all these expensive apartments and go get you a home and get your kids a backyard. 800-385-3657. PlatinumMortgageCompany.com. And we got like I said, we have something special at the end of the show. We're going to allow 10 people that sign up at PlatinumMortgageCompany.com to get free credit pull, mortgage pulls. This is not just a regular pull when you go to whatever that commercial is and they singing a song. It's you go to platinummortgagecompany.com, you get a free mortgage pull. This will tell you everything you've done, wherever you stayed, whatever everybody else is finding out. You wonder how you get all that junk mail. You'll find out everything about yourself, that stuff you probably forgot about. I'm gonna have Anna touch on this a little bit more. Anna, she's on the phone, making sure.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Cut off for a second there.
Yeah, we were just talking about how
we're going to do the free credit pull, mortgage pull.
Just to show the listeners.
Basically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna actually go on to platinummortgagecompany.com. It's gonna have a section where you click Apply Now. The application will be directly emailed to Andrew and I. We will need a borrower's authorization and a credit card authorization that we will email to you once we've received the application. Those two forms will allow us to pull the credit, and actually, since we're doing it for free, I take that back. We just need the borrower's authorization.
Yes. Yeah.
We will go ahead and do the credit analysis for you, let you know what you've pre-qualified for. We can even send you a pre-approval letter so that you could, work with one of the agents that we have or that you have and begin to put offers in on properties. When we pull the credit, we'll definitely give you a call. We'll go over everything that we understand exactly what your next steps are. A lot of people think, okay, gosh, I have a pre-qualification letter. Now what do I do? And that's what we're going to help you with.
Is there a place on the website where they can leave comments? Because if there's a place where you can have comments, we definitely want you to put kday community so we can have you call in and share with our other listeners. Is there a place on there?
Absolutely. We have a contact form on our website. Okay. Where they can go in there and tell us where they heard about us. We want you guys. We want them to go in there and mention kday, and the first 10 people to complete a full application on our website for a mortgage loan will get all of their credit reports pulled for free.
And we're talking about Experian, TransUnion,
and Equifax. We're going to have all 3 mortgage credit reports. You're going to have your FICO scores pulled for free. So the first 10 people, we welcome everybody to come on board and have their credit pulled. Generally, if you're not doing it for free, it's going to cost you about $13 for a single person, or $16.50 for a couple.
Now you've had to have a job for 2 years.
You must have a job for 2 years
in order for you to get the free credit report pull.
Yes, we want to make sure that you're qualifiable for a loan, and that's why we're giving you the first step and the push to say, okay, let's see your credit and give you a report for free so you can see where you're at. But if you don't have a job, you still can get a copy of your credit report. It's only going to cost you less than $15.
$15.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to get people not to call in, but the first 10 people that put kday and have a job for 2 years will get a free credit. I don't want to just say a free credit pull, a free mortgage credit pull.
And analysis.
And they'll contact you back and let you know where you stand. It's a lot of people right now paying a lot of rent and paying a lot of interest, paying a lot of everything, and you could be owning a home and you don't even know.
Well, I think the fact of it is the less interest you pay, the more you save.
Exactly.
The less interest you pay, the more you save. And Anna can touch on that just to show you what we've done in the past with a lot of our borrowers, consolidating all of their credit cards into one loan. It's going to save them anywhere between $500 to $2,000 a month. And that's for people who currently own homes and they want to refinance. Rates are below 4% right now. Why not do it? If you don't own a home and you want to plan to own a home, go on our website, platinummortgagecompany.com.
platinummortgagecompany.com. Once again, it's platinummortgagecompany.com. I want to emphasize the number. If you know somebody who has income, has been on the job 2 years, that you know can afford a house or has, just not even if you know. Just give them a call and they'll give you a proper analysis.
Anybody who's paying above $1,500 a month, generally in the LA area, or if you're in the Lancaster,
the Inland
Empire area, and you're paying over $1,200 a month in rent, get qualified. You'll be amazed.
You'll be surprised
that I mean, you'll be surprised at how your $1,500 a month can become a $700 mortgage payment or a $1,000 mortgage payment.
And you're still saving money regardless.
Yeah, if you're in the Bakersfield area, Lancaster area, I mean, there's a lot of houses out now for about $100,000. You get into those houses, your mortgage payment is about $1,000 a month.
Okay.
I mean, your rent is about $1,300 a month.
Anyway.
Yeah, so
and it's not your property.
And now it's your property. You're getting tax benefits. You're getting tax breaks, and you have something to be proud of, and you're saving money in the process.
It's called self-accomplishments.
Exactly.
We want to emphasize once again, we have Andrew and Anna here from Platinum Mortgage Company. PlatinumMortgageCompany.com. Give them a call at 800-385-3657. Get out the box and stop thinking that you have to live here or over there and you're comfortable in an apartment. Get your kids a backyard. Get yourself a front lawn. Get yourself a porch. Get yourself something that you can say, I own a home now.
Another thing we want to touch on, and I'm going to let Anna, finish this. If you have a kid that's 16, 17, get them started. Let's get their credit score going so that they can be of value when they get out of college or high school. And Anna, we have a few minutes to go. And
I know we got a couple more minutes.
Yeah, that's a good point. My oldest daughter is in college, and actually she just graduated, but I helped her with her credit, and she's not this year, but next year she's going to be a first-time home buyer. So what I did was I added her on to 4 of my credit cards, and her score is now a 664. She did get a credit card on her own, I'd say about 2 years ago, and she defaulted on that, which became a collection. So she's now on recovery. But, for a 23-year-old student,
I salute her. She's doing a wonderful job.
One of the things I wanted to mention is I always say, buying your first home is also like giving yourself a raise. A lot of the employees out there are cutting back. They're the state workers are having, furlough issues and getting cutbacks on their pay. I think they've had 2 so far. When you are a homeowner, you're actually giving yourself, on average, about $3,000 in credit back at the end of the year. And on top of that, you're building equity. So a lot of people don't plan into retirement. We pull credit and we see applications for people that are in their 60s that have no money in the bank. They have about $75,000 worth of credit card debt. They have no equity. And then when they get into retirement, who's going to be able to live on $1,200, $1,300 Social Security? Those people are probably going to end up filing for bankruptcy and then moving in with their children. We need to start now. We need to start focusing on what we need to do to make our life more comfortable when we get to that age. So it's never too late to start pre-planning, and being a homeowner is one of the biggest steps that's going to help us get in that direction.
And it definitely starts with your credit.
It starts now.
It starts with your
credit. It starts today.
It starts today, yeah.
It starts today.
Get a copy.
Call today, 800-385-3657. If you don't do nothing today and you're at home watching TV, whether it's the Sunday programs or whatnot, go on the internet or just call and you can say, well, at least today I started a process of trying to own a home.
Exactly.
And that's all we're trying to do. It's PlatinumMortgageCompany.com. The number's 800-385-3657. I definitely want to thank Andrew and Anna for coming to our Sunday show so early in the morning. We definitely appreciate you. We hope some of you listeners out there can call and try to, like we said, the theme for today is plan to own a home. It might be a 3 to 6 month process. It might be a 6 to 9. It might be a 12 to 18 month process, but it's possible.
It's possible.
You're going to have to always pay rent somewhere anyway. You're going to have somewhere to live.
Anyways.
So give them a call, and we'll see you next Sunday. And hopefully we'll have you guys back. As
Absolutely.
always, we love you.
I'd love to come back. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you for listening to K-Day's Community Show, where it's your issues, your topics, and your community. For questions or more info on this or any of our other shows, please email us, kdaycommunity@gmail.com. 93.5 K-Day.